Hey everybody, especially the youngsters out there. Hey, there's a lot of cool things to make bracelets and charm holders and stuff like that with, and I'm going to show you something. These are the network cables going wireless throughout the house and businesses. There's so many of these left over, and this is quite an old one, but there's about 6 to 8 wires inside here, all different colors, some with stripes, and I think they would make really cool things to braid things with. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do. Okay, first thing on both ends, go ahead and cut off the ends. What you're going to do is take your knife, right, and you put down on the matting, and you just go and score it, right. And notice I hit the matting, so you want to put something underneath so you're not damaging your table. So once you get something scored or cut, okay, now it spreads apart, and you can see the really cool colors inside. All right, All right, now what I'm about to show you is working for me, but definitely get some parents and adults supervision on this. All right, I have the blade with the knife up. Okay, watch your fingers and go very gently, okay, and just run it along. The thing is, your finger's right here, and you don't want to slice it. So if you want your parents to do this, go ahead. I've already cut back quite a bit, and I can actually pull the wires out. And here we go. Some of them are twined together. There's a purpose for that. But that's the colors of the wires. And we can't really pull this apart, so you're going to have to use a knife or something the best way you can. If you have a knife going down, it's harder to do, but I find having the knife angled up is better. Be extremely careful. I'm not responsible for you guys getting hurt. Oh, I have all the wires out. They are twisted. There's every two is twisted. There's a total of 8 wires. You can untwist them if you want, but they're going to have like a permanent twist in them. Or you can braid them just like they are, okay, with 2 in each one. So it's like a stripe green with a green, a stripe blue with a blue, and a stripe orange with an orange, and then a stripe brown with a brown. Okay, so hey, be creative and show it off. I don't mind that at all. So just be very careful when you're taking your knife and you're taking the installation off. This is not 20 feet. This is I'd say this is about 8 feet. All right, so a lot can be done with 8 feet of wire, and hey, I got a plan for this for my pocket watch. Yeah, find a nail or something to hook a loop onto. Okay, a single loop, and start braiding away. Try keeping even, and also if you have a lot hanging off like this, you have to make sure they're staying untangled. And I'm going to take it as far out as I probably need it for the project I'm doing. All right, so the loop can be undone, and then you can braid the rest of the way up if you want. I'm going to, because this is wire, this is not thread, it holds pretty good when you let go. Alright, after the braiding is done, alright, what we're going to do is take this and snip them off. Okay, so we're going to snip right here. The rest of it, I probably have more than enough to, it's just going to fall to the ground, no big deal. And snip that. Twist. I went back and forth a little bit. You want to keep that tight. Now I did bring in my pocket, I hope. Oh, it's right here. Okay, I did bring the part that's going to hook up to my belt is right here. Now there's something that has to go on first. So these are kind of big, and I really hope they're not going to dwarf out the cable itself, but we'll see. We need to go in through it twice, and that's why they're so big. So going down this way, and they are, I'm hoping it'll go through the other way. There's a lot of room inside that, right there. So I'm hoping it'll go back down the other way. So bring that up. We're going to wrap it through, bring it back down. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up some so I can work with it, and then we can tighten it down before we crimp down. So you got to get this in there. and push it all the way through. It has to come out the other end. And you need to keep this down up here to get that to come through. I might not even have to tighten it down at all. This is just really difficult to do. I even thought at the store I got too big of a piece here. But see, they've actually almost straightened out. This is the first time ever doing this. I'm going to try and slide it through, and there they are. They're out on the other side. So now I'm going to pull this way to make it tight around that. So pull this up, make it tight. Now I got to get something to crimp that down. Well, it took some swats with a hammer to crimp this size down, but that's it. So that's on that side, and that's on that side. Now my son did suggest using heat shrink, which would be really good, but I don't know how well heat shrink would actually hold if it got tugged on some. But let me go put it on and see what it looks like. So I don't know how much fashion statements it's going to make, but this is it. If it's hooked up to my belt loop. Okay, this is the wire, and then you pull it out, and there's a stopwatch. That's the whole purpose of that. Usually it's in like the jacket up here, and there's a stopwatch. Put it back in, and I can still very comfortably pop the pocket watch open. I keep calling it stopwatch, but oh well. It just reminds me of being in a gym and using a stopwatch all the time. And then it pops back in. There's no sharp parts at all. The wires aren't sharp at all, so put it back in there, and that's the cable. It's better than the chain, I think. But that would be the cable, and I could put this in back here someplace and have it running up to the front to where when I pull this out, see, I can give it a good tug getting caught in there, and I'm not going to lose it. It's very well tied on there. Don't know what kind of fashion statement that piece of metal is going to be, but hey, it's a wire. Okay, so it's a manly thing, I guess. So hey, do the same thing with the braiding of the wire and see what you can come up with. I don't know about necklaces or anything like that, but you can put your charms across it and have a little fun with it. Subscribe if you want. Bye.